So, what if the biggest thing holding you back in life isn't what you don't know, but what you think you already do? We're about to dive into this really powerful idea called Shoshin, or the beginner's mind. And it all starts with a truth that might feel a little backwards at first.
It's so easy to think that our growth is all about a lack of knowledge or talent. We spend so much of our lives trying to pile on more information, building up this big wall of expertise. But what if that wall is actually the prison?
And that, right there, is the trap of being an expert. The second you decide you've got it all figured out, that's the moment you get rigid, you get defensive, you get stuck. Your own certainty becomes a cage.
So get this, to really break through to that next level, the first move isn't learning something new. It's actually about having the guts to unlearn the stuff you've always just accepted as fact. And this brings us to this amazing solution from Zen philosophy. It's a Japanese concept called Shoshin.
Shoshin literally means beginner's mind. It's this art of looking at everything, your job, your relationships, your whole life, as if you're seeing it for the very first time. Just imagine that, going through your day without the heavy baggage of your own assumptions.
This is such a perfect way to see it, right? A kid doesn't worry about drawing correctly. They're just totally open, totally curious. They just draw. But as adults, we've already made up our minds. Oh, I can't draw. Our mind is slammed shut to the possibility. And that right there, that's the expert's trap. Okay, so let's really break this down. Let's put these two ways of thinking head to head. The mindset of the expert versus the mindset of the beginner. This is the key metaphor. We spend our whole lives trying to become the expert, right? We're trying to fill our cup to the brim with knowledge. But once it's full, well, there's no room for anything new to get in. We stop looking for answers because we think we already have them all.
What's so wild about this quote is how it completely flips our whole idea of expertise on its head. The expert, they see this one narrow path. It's constrained by all the rules they know. But the beginner, they have no idea what's supposed to be impossible yet. And that freedom, that's where all the breakthroughs happen.
And this table just lays it all out, crystal clear. The expert is busy protecting their status. The beginner, they're protecting their curiosity. The expert is terrified of being wrong. The beginner is just terrified of not finding the truth. And it all boils down to this. The expert says, I know, but the beginner has the incredible power to say, I don't know.
And believe it or not, this isn't just some nice philosophy. It's actually baked into our brain chemistry. When you think you know something, your brain just goes on autopilot. It uses those old, efficient neuropathways to save energy. But when you fire up your curiosity, when you adopt Shoshin, your brain's reward system kicks in, releasing dopamine and building brand new connections. You are literally switching your brain from habit to awareness.
Okay, so that's the what and the why, but how do we actually do this? It all starts with one simple but seriously powerful question.
All right, here's a little experiment for you. First, just pick one thing. Could be a process at work, a personal habit, whatever. Something you feel like you know inside and out. Then start asking why about it, over and over, just like a 5-year-old would. Forget the jargon, forget the, well, that's just how we do it excuses. I promise you, you will start to see the cracks in your own assumptions really, really quickly. And what's so cool is that this simple act of questioning, it opens the door to something much deeper, because learning to embrace I don't know is the key that unlocks real, honest-to-goodness growth, especially in the areas of our lives that matter most. This is where Shoshin gets incredibly personal. We put people in boxes, right? We think we know our partners, our friends, our family, inside and out. But that very certainty, it stops us from seeing who they are today. We end up having a relationship with a memory of them, not the actual person standing right in front of us. And what this all reveals is that adopting a beginner's mind, well, it requires vulnerability. It takes real strength to drop the armor and just admit you don't have all the answers. But that is not weakness. No way. It's the profound strength of putting the search for truth ahead of protecting your own ego. This is the mantra. This is what you want to live by. When you can detach your sense of self from being right all the time, you completely eliminate the fear of being wrong. And when you're not afraid of being wrong anymore, you're finally free to explore, to learn, and to actually grow. So it all comes back to this one simple idea. You can't climb the next mountain if you're still carrying all the trophies you won on the last one. The single most powerful thing you can do for your own growth is to have the courage to empty your cup.
And that's really the ultimate question, isn't it? The question I want to leave you with. Because the moment you're truly willing to be a beginner again, that's the moment your real growth finally begins. So, are you?